I'm going to demonstrate how to tie a Palomar knot now. The Palomar knot is the knot that I use probably 95% of the time. It's a great knot, a knot that I have a ton of confidence in, and it's super easy to do, and it's strong, and it works. I use it for just about everything. There's a couple specific techniques that I'll use a different knot for, but if there was one knot that I would say people need to learn for fishing, the Palomar knot would be the one. That being said, there's been some arguments or some controversy going back and forth for years between fishermen with as far as Palomar knots and fluorocarbon go. Some people claim that a Palomar knot and fluorocarbon will cause the fluorocarbon to cut itself and break at the knot. And I've been using this knot for probably 15 years and never once had an issue as far as my line breaking at the knot because of the Palomar knot. I think it's more of a thing where the fishermen aren't tying the knot correctly. I think if you tie the Palomar knot right and correctly, there's not going to be an issue even with fluorocarbon. So there's just a couple little specific things you want to watch for when you're tying it and try to avoid, and you won't have any problems, I promise you. So let's show you how to do it here. I got just a EWG hook here, and I just got 20-pound fluorocarbon. You're just going to take your line and you're going to double it up. And you want to give yourself quite a bit of line to work with, especially if you're using bigger lures. You need to have some room to work with. You're going to pass the bait through the loop that you're going to make, so you want to have some room. You just take your line and double it up. You can either pass it through the eye twice or fold it over like I like to do here. So take your line and you're going to put it through your eyelet or your hook or bait or split ring, whatever you're using. That's what you got right there. And this is the first step where you want to watch what you're doing. You want to make sure that you don't have your line crossed like that, for instance. You want to make sure all your line is parallel or next to each other. No crossed lines here. That's going to avoid your first problem. So then you're going to take your loop side, and you're going to just tie a regular overhand knot. Okay, now you're going to pull it down, and this is where you want to, let me get that out of the way. This is one step where you're going to want to watch what you're doing here. You don't want to cinch this down all the way. You want to make sure you leave this loop right here. So you have your loop here. Now you're going to take your line and you're going to pass your bait or hook through the loop that you made originally. This is where we're at now. And from here, this is where I like to wet the knot or wet the line just to lubricate it and keep it from burning itself. So I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, now you're going to pull it tight. I like to, you want to do this kind of slow. Pull them both. And I just kind of watch it to make sure everything's lining up. Then you can really cinch it down from there. I'll pull the main line and then the tag end, and I'll pull them together. And that is what you're left with. Palomar knot is a super good knot. It's one that I have a ton of confidence in. And then you just trim your tag in, and you can trim it good and close too. You don't need to worry about that. So there you have it. The knot that I use 95% of the time. So, thanks for watching.